Welcome to the City of Newark's Caribbean Commission segment, where we are using this platform to inform, to engage, to educate, and to even discuss issues that we can recommend as policy to the City of Newark. My name is Esther Lewars, and I am the Public Relations Officer. I'm also a 21-year educator here in the City of Newark and an adjunct professor at NJIT. Today, we have with us Commissioner Alyssa King, who is from Guyana, and we also have our expert guest, Miss Jennifer Rampasaud, who's going to talk to us about wealth building, and everything in between that can help us to get from where we are to where we want to be. And at this time, I would like to ask Commissioner King to introduce herself. Don't leave anything out. Let us know about your achievements, any challenges, and what are your aspirations.
Okay, well, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm definitely glad to be here with you today, finally joining you. So Commissioner Alyssa King, here, Commissioner on the City of Newark's Caribbean Commission, representing Guyana. That's where my parents are from. I'm just active in the community. I do many things with different boards. So I'm on the St. Vincent Alumni Association board. I sit as the treasurer there. I currently work at Rutgers University as a business assistant. Okay, awesome. The payroll and the reconciling the accounts, so important stuff. But my passion does lie with being active in the community, getting to know people, getting to know the issues that people are facing, and potentially recommending policy for those issues.
My name is Jennifer Rampasaud, and I was actually born in Guyana, migrated at the age of 14 to two phenomenal parents. My beginnings were very humble beginnings, and I learned about credit at a very young age. So I do credit repair. I have a credit repair company. I also do hard money or traditional lending and private lending. I am also an investor, real estate investor, and starting now doing development in real estate, as well as a contractor and a minister. So, the whole process of wealth building when it comes to real estate, that's where I know how to build wealth. And that's why I want to let our community to know, because knowledge is key. So I also am the host and producer, engineer, or everything for my own radio show, awesome. Wealth Building with Jen, which is on 93.5 FM daily, 6 days a week. So I'm proud of that, because I have an outlet to teach our communities how to start on the process.
As three women sitting here, I think it's important that we, learn to share our story, whether it's just to let people know who we are and what we do, because if we don't, who's going to tell it for us? And also to make sure that we're telling our story so that others can be inspired to either get from where they are to where they want to be and not knowing how to do it. And so your story might, inspire another little Caribbean girl sitting at home watching this show.
My concept is basically to build generational wealth, but breaking generational curses at the same time. There's some taboo from whatever culture we come from, and it's imperative that we identify what they are and then take them on head on. For me, when I came here at 14 years old, like I said, humble beginnings, and my parents are hard worker. I wanted to, I wanted to be like them, but just better. I saw them work so hard. Right. They owned their own home a year and a half after they came to this country. But for me, working 2 and 3 jobs, it was too much. So I started college at 16. When you go on that campus, they give you that application.
Right. Absolutely.
I think I'm the only person in the world that read that application, And I'm like, wait a minute, I can use people money and pay it back later? That was a big plus for me, because my parents worked very hard, and I wasn't able to get certain things like other children were, but they paid for our education. We had a home to live on, a roof to live on. It was a house, and they did that. So I wanted to do that and more. Finding out about credit is one of the best things that you can ever, it gives you a better quality of life. It allows you to be able to acquire things that you never could before. When people think about credit, they think about just buying a home or car. Credit is so much deeper. When you get insurance, do you know that they run your credit to get insurance, and that depends on how much you're going to pay each month?
Right.
When you go for a job, especially in the financial aspect, they're running your credit. I had a friend that she had a couple of late payments, and she was denied the position.
Right.
It's imperative that our community understand that wealth building and gaining generational wealth has to do with credit. So that's the first, I advise everyone to get a credit monitoring system.
Right.
And what that is will enable you to see, and this is what trial and error. I'm not perfect. I'm the founder, CEO, and also a client. So, I've fallen a few times or had some bumps in the road. So I just want everyone to know, don't think if your credit is bad that it's finished. It's not.
Right.
There are laws in place, and they can work for you or against you. And just understanding it. So your credit report is your report card thus far, your financial report card, which will enable you to do things or hinder you. You could have $1 million, but the house is 1.2 million. Where are you getting the other 200,000 from? You understand? So, and I believe in using other people's money to make money and to acquire more wealth. I also have properties. I have a few Airbnbs and rental property. And, having good credit, you're able to use that to acquire one home. The equity in that house, you're able to take that equity and now acquire another. So, real estate for me is the appreciating asset that I use to build wealth, and there's so many tax incentives. There's so many tax deduction. In addition to that, real estate, you can have cash flow every single month, and people might say that the people that might not pay their rent, that's in everything you do, there's going to be pros and cons. So you have to figure out how to mitigate them, right? But why am I paying $3,000 rent for a 2-bedroom apartment when I can possibly pay a mortgage of $3,000? Do you know how much $3,000 in over 30 years is? It's over $1 million.
I know people in our community, most people are very leery about credit, using credit, applying for credit. Some of that is due to, fear of rejection, but also just access to information and how to utilize it, responsibly. That's the most important part. I was sitting in a presentation the other day down in Rutgers, New Brunswick, about the commodification of land. And basically was just talking about how purchasing land allows you to build wealth and allows you to get power, right? So there's basically a pipeline for that in our society, and I think it's just important that we share the information so that people can access the pipeline.
And in that note, we are going to wrap up today's session. Thank you very much for joining in. Thank you, Commissioner King, for being a part of today's session, and to our special guest, Miss Jennifer Rampasaud. Thank you for being here. To the City of Newark Caribbean Commission members who are not here, thank you for being a part of our team, the Office of International Relations and Diaspora Affairs, the Newark Studio team for providing the space, and the City of Newark for having a platform for us to come and speak to you.